Just when you thought you couldn't get any bigger or better news than the Cubs signing Alex Bregman, there are now rumors of a huge trade the Chicago Cubs could potentially pull off with the San Francisco Giants. We're going to talk about it and then some after this. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. I am your host, Mike Jones, as usual. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. And guys, we are continuing our listener viewer appreciation. And today I got my main man, Ced, on the line with me. He is going to be helping me out today as a co-host for Chicago Cubs Central. Ced, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, Mike Jones?
Hey, man, you already know. I can't call it, brother. I can't call it, man. I'm excited to have you on the show today to be doing this episode with you, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, man, for supporting the vision of my main man, Hayes, and the Chi-Town Sports Central family. Thank you so much, man. How are you, man? How are things?
I'm good, man, and I appreciate you doing this, man. I mean, once I saw, I've been watching your podcast, you know what I'm saying, and once I saw the advertiser, I was like, I need to get on there. On there. So I reached out, man. You reached back out to me, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, it's all good.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I definitely wanted to link up with you, man. And like I said, get you on the show, man. I appreciate you, man. I ain't even have to tell you, man, to come on with the Cubs swag, man. You already knew the deal. Listen, as a part of the Chi-Town Sports Central family, you got to have the swag to match the team, dog. Yes, and you got that already. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you. Like I said, once again, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about your Cubs fandom, man. Like I know we all come from all walks of life, man. You actually are a transplant like me. A lot of people that have heard my story, or for the new people that don't know, I'm actually born on the south side of Chicago. My whole entire family, outside of my cousin Carl and my grandfather, which my grandfather really wasn't a Cubs fan. He used to listen to him all the time, but listen to him to lose. But only me and my cousin Carl are the only two Cubs fans in my whole entire family. Everybody else is Sox fans because we Southsiders. What about you, Ced?
Yeah, I'm from the Wild Hunters, man. I'm from the 130th, man. So you know I'm deep South Side. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my friends and family members are Sox fans. You know, I got a cousin. It's me and my cousin. We used to roll hard with the Cubs. So I started watching the Cubs like 83, 84. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I started when they released for me. So when people say, like Sox fans say, it's been 100-some years, not for me. You know
yeah, absolutely.
Like 30-some years or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when I went to the championship. But hey, we saw it. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
Since 84, 83, 84, I've been watching the Cubs and been a diehard Cubs fan since day one, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Who are some of your old school favorite players that you grew up loving, man?
Man, Lee Smith. Smith was a dog, man. Leon Durham, Sean Dunston, man. Ron Say, Gary Matthews, man. The list goes on and on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, now, who are some of your favorite current Cubs players that you love?
Right now, man, they go in and out, man. So it's kind of hard to keep track of, you know, who's gonna stay. But I like Bush, man. Bush, he surprised me this past year, man. He surprised me. I didn't think he was gonna be as good as he did this year, man. I mean, he's standing out. He's standing out, and we're gonna talk about it. Nico is one of my favorites now too, as well.
Yep. I like both of those, man. I am very appreciative of what Michael Bush has become for the Chicago Cubs, because nobody saw that coming. When the Cubs made that trade with the Dodgers, nobody thought that Michael Bush would have the year he had last year. And again, like I've said on the past couple episodes, we'll a little bit later on, y'all, a little bit later on down in the off season, we'll start doing our player projection episodes for 2026. And I'm already telling y'all, my expectations of Michael Bush is to be an all-star and also to be a Gold Glove winner. because I think you could do both of those. I think you can accomplish both of those in 2026 with this club, and especially with the signing of Bregman, who isn't a power guy, more of a contact guy, but definitely going to score a lot of runs, drive in a lot of runs, get a lot of base hits and a lot of doubles. You look at that and you say to yourself, you know, you're going to need somebody to step up from the power standpoint and hit the home runs. And I'm looking at Michael Busch as numero uno on that list. Him, Seiya Suzuki, those guys are going to really come through in 2026 for the Chicago Cubs, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But here's the thing. I mean, here's the thing. If Busch going to be that guy, do you think putting him in the top of the lineup is going to be the right move to do?
Nope. I want Nico being my leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
If I'm Craig Counsel, and clearly if you're going to keep Nico, I'm putting Nico as my leadoff hitter, somebody that is going to stress pitchers out right out the gate. Somebody that does not strike out a lot, somebody that it will take his walks, will get on base. That's easily 2 runs right there, because somebody with the power of Michael Busch is going to immediately impact the game. And he's also somebody that doesn't strike out a lot. He's also somebody that sees the ball well, somebody also that can drive in runs, and somebody that also offers the opportunity to take his walks as well as frustrate pitchers. So the way I look at it, the Chicago Cubs lineup with the addition of Alex Bregman, man, it's stacked. And now, would I like us to have a little bit more power? Sure. Now, I did an episode last week where I talked about some lower level power guys that you could insert here and there and bring in. And I'm still of the mindset, you look at some of those guys that you might be able to get for cheap that maybe want to tack on to a team that's going to be winning a lot this year and have a chance at a World Series.
Yeah, I think the one thing I didn't like what Counsel did this year with Busch is against left-hand pitchers, he wouldn't play him. I was like, come on, let him test it out. You know what I'm saying? Let him see what he could do. Absolutely. I mean, granted, I know he played a number game or whatever, but come on, man, you gotta let this guy keep on a bat. Let him bat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So hopefully this year he be one of those everyday players that you don't have to worry about taking them out on left-hand pitchers, you know.
Yeah. So before the winter meetings, Craig Counsel did an interview where he talked about the fact that this year you're going to see a lot more Michael Busch being an everyday player. Good. And I think, like I said, I think Cubs fans collectively took a sigh immediately when he said, like, thank you, Jesus, like, finally, like, let the man play. Yeah. I mean, literally, because in the playoffs and in the regular season, Michael Busch was the man for the Chicago Cubs, and he showed himself. And I love his contract. I love the fact we have so many years of control for him. I love the fact that we have a level of players that are all kind of around the same age, and then we have another set of level of players that are all kind of around the same age. And you're going to see those players mature at the same time and grow at the same time. And the older guard kind of mentor the younger guard and bring them up. And I really appreciate that with what the Chicago Cubs are doing right now.
And see, I know we're gonna get into it or whatever, and that's what the Matt Shaw thing comes in, along with the Alex Bregman. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to give up on too many of your young guys, because you know what I'm saying, we still got older guys too, even though it's like a 5-year deal, 7-year deal.
Yeah, 5-year deal, $175 million.
And like I said, he's 32 years old. He's getting older, so those wheels going to start to break down a little bit throughout the season. So you got to have somebody else up in there to play that position. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we need a quality utility player. But I know, like I said, you got this your show, so let's go ahead and kick it off what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So first and foremost, y'all, the news has finally officially broke that Nico Horner is one of the most wanted men in baseball right now. Nico Horner, by all means, has been checked in by teams the likes of the Yankees, by teams the like of the San Francisco Giants, by other teams that are all clamoring for someone like a Nico Horner on their team. Now, what does Nico Horner bring to the Chicago Cubs? Sid? Nico Horner brings somebody that makes contact, somebody that frustrates pitchers, somebody that is a Gold Glove second baseman, and somebody that is able to generate runs with his offense. He's fast around the bases. He can steal bags, do everything that you want a player to do in the game. Now, he does not hit for power, but he did have a surge at the end of last year and hit a couple of home runs too for the Chicago Cubs. So you look at somebody like Nico Horner and you say to yourself, what do you think? Do you think the Chicago Cubs should trade Nico Horner, or do you think the Chicago Cubs should keep Nico?
I'm like Shannon Sharp. No, because the thing is, you trade Nico Horner, you looking for, if you trade him, you looking for another Nico Horner. You know what I'm saying? So why give up something that you already have? You know what I'm saying? Because he's not old. I think he's like 27,
29.
29.
Yeah, 29. Yep.
So why would you give up something that you already have? You know what I'm saying? Let Matt Shaw learn from those veterans to see how everything goes. Because right now, because last year I think Matt Shaw was put in the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a third baseman, and we were still trying to get Alex Bregman, but he was put in the fire. And I honestly thought, I didn't know. Like I said, we go back to Bush for a second. I didn't know Bush could play first base like he did, because he actually played a hell of a first base. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We thought he was going to be our third baseman. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So for him to do that was a plus, because we would have been short on first and third.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
But as far as going back to Nico, like I said, if you trade Nico, you're going to hope to get another Nico.
Yeah.
So I would keep Nico on the strength of, he's batting he's 299, 300. He's batting 300.
Listen, almost won the batting title last year. Can't beat that.
Come on, man. Hey, Mike, check it out. I'm from the old school.
Sure.
84.
Mm-hmm.
If you bat 300, you having a good year.
Yeah.
You having a good year. Nowadays, since when batting 220 is okay.
220 with 30 something home runs. Like, hey, you having a good season, bro. Keep hitting them home runs. Keep striking out too, though.
But you think about it. You think about it, Mike. Hey, if that was happening, if anybody was batting two. Your average back in the day, you had to bat at least 260, at least. You know what I'm saying? So, but like you said, I think the home run factors and everything. But a lot of these cats, like even though I wanted him, Shorebird, I wanted them to get him, but he bat like 220, but he gave you like 60 home runs. You know what I'm saying? So at the right time, he do it at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I wouldn't get rid of Nico, because you'll be looking for another Nico.
Yeah. And you know what? That to me makes total and complete sense. I would say, and news reports have come out already, and the talk around the town is that the Chicago Cubs will not trade Nico Horner unless they are blown away by the offer. So listen, to me, like I said, the Chicago Cubs have to make a decision, and it's really not, the ball really isn't in their court. Because right now, the Chicago Cubs can sit back. They have Nico, they have Matt Shaw, they have Alex Bregman. They have all these pieces. And all the news outlets and everybody, the talk around town amongst all the insiders, is that the Chicago Cubs do plan to keep Nico Horner for the foreseeable future. Chicago Cubs actually plan to go over the tax apron, which they have not done in years. Yeah. This is all stuff, breaking news, all stuff the Chicago Cubs have not done. So the only way you're going to trade a Nico Horner is if it's a trade that you are blown away by. And so, like I said, for the Chicago Cubs, hey man, listen, they're sitting pretty right now. You have one of the best defensive infields in all of baseball right now with those four guys that you're putting out there. And you have 2 first-round picks in Swanson and Bregman backing each other up between shortstop and third base. And you got a second baseman, it's a dog over there in Nico Horner. And then, like we've been talking about with Michael Bush, we've been glazing that man crazy. But seriously, he's good. He's that good. And we didn't know defensively that Michael Bush was going to be that good. He was going to be that. Nobody could have said Michael Bush is going to be that, you know?
Nobody. And here's the thing. And I wouldn't, because, and like I said, all these other players like Bregman and Swanson, they all are getting older. So you're going to have to in and out them. So whoever, if Matt Shaw is going to be that utility guy, he's going to get his time to play. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys going to need rest before we, because I know we're going to make the postseason.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So just to keep everybody fresh, you got to have a good utility come in there and sub for any, because Matt Shaw can play any position.
Yep.
I don't know about first, but you know what I'm saying? But the hot spots, the second, the short, and the third, that's what we need. Now, I think what we're going to need is I think we picked up a backup first baseman.
Yes, we did. We signed him from Japan. He formerly played with the Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be a bench piece that will get some ABs and some times when the Cubs are on a long stretch of games and they have like a day-night game or something like that, you know.
Back to back.
Yeah. So, like I said, he'll be a bench piece. And we'll actually get back into Matt Shaw and the super utility player that I think he can become. But of course, with the news breaking that the Chicago Cubs aren't going to trade Nico Horner unless they are blown away by a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a deal that could potentially blow the Cubs away.
Oh.
What if the Chicago Cubs were offered a deal for Logan Webb from the San Francisco Giants, posted a 15-11 record with a 3.22 ERA, 224 strikeouts, and a 1.24 WHIP last season. He was named an All-Star in 2024 and in 2025. Logan Webb is 29 years old, and he is somebody that is a bona fide stud of a pitcher.
You know what, Mike? I think you can't have enough pitchers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the Cubs actually have, I think, two good pitchers that's on the come up.
Yeah,
you
correct.
Know what I'm saying? So if we do that, is this going to push those pitchers back? Because, I mean, we always have pitchers in a farm club that never get a chance to shine because we always bring it up vets. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So to be blown away to give Nico up, man, I can't do it. Honestly, I just can't do it. I can't do it because even with the pitchers being said, I mean, I think what's the guy? The guy that's coming up? They say he's having a good year.
Jackson Wiggins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let the young guys play. Don't stop their growth. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hurt a lot of times with the Cubs. They'll have somebody in the wing in the farm.
Yep.
But prolonged are coming up. Then when they finally come up, Marvis, you know what I'm saying? Yep. It don't work out. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me tell you something. There was nobody more disappointed, I think, than me when Matt Mervis did not work out for the Chicago Cubs. He is down in Miami. He has a new teammate down in Miami, and Owen Casey, another Cubs project that they ended up trading off of. And again, prospects are just that. They're prospects. So that to me, very rarely do you get a chance to see the full fruition of those prospects. But we got PCA. And we will, and we have Kate Horton, two guys that the Chicago Cubs have grown up in their farm system. Two guys, like I said, that are from, you know, the trades we made in the past when we were sellers trying to get, you know, prospects to build up our next good team. Mm-hmm. However, I look at this and I say to myself, you look at somebody like Logan Webb, somebody that's 29 years old. You've already gotten younger with Edward Cabrera, who is either between 28 or 29 years old.
Yeah.
So and you have team control over him for 3 seasons. Then you look at somebody else like Logan Webb, somebody else that you would also have that's been drafted by San Francisco. He was drafted by the Giants in 2014. He made his MLB debut in 2019, and he was named an All-Star in 2024 and 2025. The kid stuff is nasty. By all means, I love hitting. I do. And I love having good hitters. I do. I really do. I love having good players out in my outfield. But the key to the Dodgers' success was none of that. The key to the Dodgers' success was Yamamoto pitching.
Yeah.
The fact that you could go from Sasaki, that you can then go to Ohtani, that you can go to Yamamoto, and you could put Yamamoto in to close out the World Series for you.
Yeah.
You got to get on the wave of pitching. You cannot have enough pitchers, bro. I'm telling you, Sid, it's like they like the Infinity Stones, bro. You can't have enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that. And that's why I'm on the fence with it. But if you do that trade, you put Shaw at
second, his original base. Yep, his original spot.
But then Now you look at that point, you're looking for another Shaw. It's like you hoping that Shaw turns into a Nico with power, like you said.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing Nico is missing is power.
Yeah.
If he had power, he would be untouchable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you have to just find a utility. So you'll have a hell of five starting 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, nasty, filthy. Nobody's gonna want to see that. Nobody. No. That to me will rival the Dodgers. I appreciate what the Chicago Cubs have done and what they've put together so far. And we're gonna have some good games against the Dodgers this year. We're gonna have some really good games against the Phillies this year. Hopefully we can beat the Phillies more. It's crazy because I don't even fear the Dodgers. I fear the Phillies. For some reason, the Cubs just do not play well against this current Phillies iteration. And I hate it. Ever since Bryce Harper has went there, they've always found a freaking way to beat us. And I'm like, dude, I hate this so much. I hate it.
Yeah. And then Counsel, I mean, he don't make it no better.
None better. None's the better at all. No. Those are two guys that should have been Chicago Cubs, man. Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber.
Oh man, let's not go there with that one. But you know what? Man, and we didn't even talk about it in the pre-record. I mean, backstage.
Yeah.
The person that has to have a good year for me.
Sure.
Ian Happ.
You can forget about it.
I'm not, and the thing is, I saw you on the last show, whatever. Me and you on the same page when it comes down to Ian Happ.
Okay. All right. So, Sid, tell me this. What's your idea of a good Ian Happ year? Tell me that, and then I'll tell you if it's actually feasible or not.
No. I'm not an Ian Happ fan because I can't tell you. Because people always say, because I was getting kind of, people was coming at me in the Cubs chat when I said. They'll say he's a Gold Glover, but he was a center fielder. So put him in left field is nothing. That's the weakest part of the field. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So if you put a center fielder, you put PCA over there, he'll be an all-star, like a Gold Glove. Well, he Gold Glove in center field, but imagine you put him in left field. You put anybody in left field that plays every day like he does.
Yeah,
he's gonna get the Golden Glove because he played that position every day. Most time the left field to me, and from what I'm seeing, and I play the game, left field usually get platoon a lot.
Yeah.
And have plays every day.
Yeah.
Have plays every day. So he's going to get those batting and those opportunities to get the ball to show what he can do. He's a center fielder. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know any. Because he hit those home runs when you pretty much the game is really over,
Thank you. That's all I've been trying to say. I get so freaking mad because he oh goodness, he even riled me up. My blood pressure boiling. Ian Happ does stuff when it don't matter anymore, and it pisses me off to the utmost.
Yeah.
Like it's like, dude, like the game is already out the way. Like, sure, of course, he gonna pile on when the Cubs got an 8-run lead and he hit a home run in the 7th. Like, oh, great, woo! But what about the games where we struggling, can't get a hit, and Ian Happ does nothing to help with that? Nothing. Sans the one time he did something in that series against the Padres, where he went off. That outside of that. Bro, I get so frustrated with Ian Happ during the dog days of summer because I promise you he have 3 months of batting 200, and that's not an exaggeration. And he will dip under 200 and hit 194, 195, and they'll be interviewing him, and he'll be talking so nonchalant because he know by the end of the season he's gonna be back to 230, between 230 250. And he gonna have 23, 24 bombs, but it's gonna be like in the big moments when we need you are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and putting them in the batting order because they keep on flipping them back and forth, up, down. It's like it's hurting.
Yeah,
because I think they started him off like a leadoff, then he was going second. Then it's like too much.
Put that man in the back with Dansby Swanson. Put both of them in the back. The last 3 spots, the last 3 hidden spots, I don't care what order you put them in, you need to put Dansby Swanson, you need to have Dansby Swanson, you need to have Ian Happ, and you need to have our catcher,
Kelly.
Yeah, Carson Kelly. Yep. Them three in the back. In the back. And PCA not far behind them. For real, take the pressure off of them because they be jacking stuff up, bro. When you put them in them spots, them big important spots where you got runners on, bro, they are prone to strike out or fly out. It's just positive.
The only thing about that though, Mike, is if you do that, it's a chance that pitchers will pitch around your good players to get to those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true too.
So if you put three of those guys back to back in order, oh man, the top of the it could be a game that you top of the ninth inning, you got those three guys that's about to bat up.
Well, you can go ahead and count these three outs real quick. You might as well not even go to the plate.
Right. But no, I mean, hopefully, and I don't know why they gave him that contract like that in the first place, like that no trade clause and all that. I was like, because I was hoping that they could go ahead and move away from him. But when I heard about I was like, oh man, they gave him one of those contracts.
Mm-hmm.
But we only got one more year of that. So I mean, let's just get through the year.
Man, listen, he got a podcast on the Marquee Network. He ain't going nowhere, bro. They're gonna offer that man another deal. Trust me. Bookmark it. This episode, January 13th. Bookmark it. I promise you're gonna see Ian Happ next year in the Cubs jersey. And the year after that, and the year after that, he will retire a Chicago Cub. I bet you.
Oh man. If Wesley couldn't do it, I don't think he should be able to do it. If what was our first baseman? Rizzo. If Rizzo didn't retire as a Cub, he should retire as a Cub.
Yeah. All right. So our last thoughts on this episode. Time flies when you're having fun. Yes, but our last thoughts on this episode. Matt Shaw, super utility. Now, you've already kind of alluded to it a little bit. You said Matt Shaw could play all around the infield. Now, I've been talking to another one of the guys that did the episode with me, Rich Mercer. Shout out to Rich. And he floated the idea of the Chicago Cubs doing basically super utility for Matt Shaw. He could play outfield, put an outfield because he's a second baseman, and he could play shortstop and he could play third base. He's showing you all of that. So basically, have him take shots all around the field, be a super utility guy that could play anywhere. Because if you could play, to Rich's credit, he said if you could play second, then you could basically play anywhere on around the diamond and in the outfield. What are your thoughts on that?
Put him in left field. The thing is, that's because left fields are they usually put those, like I said, the utility guys, they usually put them out there. You know what I'm saying? So to go back and forth, get Ian Happ, give him some time to rest or whatever. But I agree. That's why I say you keep Nico, because you could actually have him being one of those utility guys that could plug in place anywhere except back catcher, first, and center. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't put him in right neither, though. You know what I'm saying? But second, short, third, left field, cool. I'm with that. I'm with that, Mike. I'm with that.
Okay, I like that too, man. I like that too. I think Matt Shaw brings a lot to the table. I also think Matt Shaw is trade bait too. I really think I have floated around the idea and thought about it in my head and in my sleep of Matt Shaw being traded for some type of closer. Now, like I said, who that closer ends up being, because again, and y'all, we got some real special guests coming next week for the episode. I can't wait to do that with you guys. But for this one, just talking, Cubs still need a closer in my eyes. Like I said, we still need a closer, and everybody keeps saying, you know, that the Cubs are having it with Danny P. And I do like Danny Palencia, but I like Danny Palencia being used in the position he was used in the playoffs last year, where he came in the fifth inning and shut you down, fifth and sixth inning and got out. You know, just a flamethrower. You know
who I want, man?
Who do you want?
I mean, people ain't gonna like it. Find a way to get Chapman back here.
Ah, okay.
Chapman he'd be real good in that, because a lot of games we lost in the last inning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a guy's still throwing. He's still throwing in the upper 90s, close to 100. So I mean, I think you gotta let's play the season out. By the trade deadline, you start making these moves because you still got wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to give everything out right now, but you still want to have a good record going into the trade trade deadline. So you want to have a little wiggle room.
Sure.
So you want to do all your good stuff now. You want to, but if you can't, it's cool because you still got, like you said, you still got trade baits. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, Ced, man, listen, I appreciate you, man, for joining on the episode, man. I appreciate you for supporting the channel, man. I gotta have you back on, man. This went way too fast, bro. We got to get you back on, like I said, and do another episode together, man. Just chopping it up, Cubs, man, because this was way too much fun. Any last words, any last thoughts, man?
Now, once again, man, I appreciate you for having me on, just taking my call, and you propped on it too. You was on it, so I was like, okay, I like that. So anybody want to come on with Mike, man, this is the show right here. You want to talk Cubs? It's right here.
Yes, sir. Your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs Central, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Ced. Hey, man, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and check out Ced too, man. Like I said, he got some stuff going on too, man. What's some stuff you got going on?
I'm doing everything. I do hip hop. I'm doing Bulls, Bears. I'm doing a lot of things. So hopefully I'll come back on your show, man. I want to come back on here.
Absolutely, man. No, you'll be back. You'll be back, bro. I promise you that. So, all right, y'all. Until next time, go Cubs, go. Hey, make sure you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Should the Chicago Cubs trade Matt Shaw? Should the Chicago Cubs trade Nico Horner? Should the Chicago Cubs keep both of them? What about Matt Shaw as a super utility? Make sure you guys get active in those comment section below. And until next time, go Cubs, go. Peace.
Sir.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.